So I'm interested in showing you the pencil tool. And the pencil tool can be found, it looks just like a pencil. Just in case you don't see it right away, if you hold your mouse button down, it could be a number of other tools. So you might need to look for it a little bit. The shortcut for it's N. I don't love that. I would rather hunt for it. I don't know why, but there's a pencil tool. And it works just like a pencil, where I would want to click, I don't know, maybe I would want a blue color just so I could see it a little bit, and then I can change it later. I can increase my stroke, and I'm not going to put any fill right in right now, but I can draw something free-handed with my mouse or my tablet, and I have this shape. And once I have this shape, then I can go back and maybe change the color of the stroke, and I could add some fill if I have like this cloud kind of shape. Keep in mind, I can also use my direct select tool and maybe modify this a little bit with the anchors. So again, I click on an anchor and I move it. Each anchor has some handles, so I can adjust the curvature of that area, which is a review from another lesson. So each anchor I can click and I can adjust and manipulate this image. I can put swatches and patterns in these shapes. That's an idea of the pencil tool. So I'm going to use this pencil tool and go back to no fill. Oops, I want to click off of this object. Create another shape without fill. On my document, I'm going to go back to blue. I don't know, I use blue or red when I'm using my pencil tool sometimes. But let's say I'm drawing something. Oop, but I have another object down here, but I want to fill in this area. So when I try to fill in, because this is the line selected right here, if I try to fill this in, it fills in just that shape, but I want it to fill in this whole object, like make this one object as a whole. So I'm going to review. So the way you do that is you select the anchor on the end of this path, and you hold your shift key down, click on the anchor of this path. So now I have both of these anchors selected. I'm going to go to Object, Path, and Join. So now those two are joined. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So select the anchor on this end, hold my shift key down, select the anchor on this end of the line, Object, Path, and Join. And now I have one solid unit that I can add some fill to. Now that's a little bit about the pen tool. Now the reason why I have this image here is sometimes I might want the hair off of one object. I found, like, if I were drawing and I need an idea, in this case I kind of want the pumpkin right now to work with and the shape of the pumpkin, so I might zoom in on this. And again, I'm going to pick a color of the pencil, a color of stroke that doesn't match my pumpkin right now. So, and I'm going to, it's not letting me. I need to click off of my image. So the image is selected, which is why it's not letting me. But if I have the stroke being one color, but then I have the fill being no color, I can kind of use a steady hand and trace this pumpkin. I didn't want to trace the thumb. I accidentally did on the other side, but I have that shape of the pumpkin, and now I can come in and maybe I can delete this actually and retrace it. Maybe it's this pumpkin that I want to recreate. So I have that shape, and then I can fill it in with the color that I want. And I'm going to hide the object. Now I'm going to trace an eye and give it some fill. And I'm going to show all of my objects. And so now I'm making my own vector art by tracing another person's work, and I can modify it and make it my own. So that's how I would use the pencil tool.